Hey, ho, hey.
Yeah, it's a hot mic, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Did you forget already?
No, I didn't forget.
already.
You just didn't do anything.
Yes, I did.
You didn't do anything.
Whatever. Hey, everyone.
Starting off strong
As always,
with G disappointing me.
welcome everybody to another episode of Best of 5, episode 26.
26 episodes. That's like
That's way too much time.
almost
for...
half a year of episodes.
If you guys have heard us from episode 1, what are you doing? That's way too... No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys are having a good Cinco de Mayo. I hope you guys had a good Cinco de Mayo.
I wanted to get a sombrero and eat some chips and salsa, but G's like, no. I'm like,
I mean,
okay.
you can eat chips and salsa. Just don't wear a small little sombrero. That's my only
I
thing.
can wear a small little sombrero if I fucking want to.
No, that's not a thing.
My grandpa's from Mexico.
Yeah.
I can do whatever the fuck
Did
I want.
Did he wear a small sombrero? Sombrero?
Probably.
Sombrero. See, I can't even say it right.
Yeah,
because
probably when he had a little baby head, he had a little baby sombrero, which is technically a small sombrero.
I'm not even offended, but just like appalled that you just assume that we just grow up with sombreros.
I didn't assume. It's just a hat. Why would you assume that he didn't have a hat?
When he was 3 or 4.
That's racist. That you assume that he was Mexican and he's too poor to afford a hat.
What?
Who's racist now, G?
You?
No, neither of us. Well, I did at least talk him into one thing.
What's that?
We're gonna do at least one shot of tequila.
Oh shit! Yeah, we are. All right, let's do it.
All right. All right, welcome back.
Hey,
G had to pour the shots.
happy Cinco de Mayo,
Cinco de Mayo.
which is only celebrated here and in some other place in Mexico. Cheers. Ay, Dios mío. Whew.
Oh yeah.
That's actually not that bad.
What tequila is that?
Luna Azul. I think it was on like $20.
That's nice. I've
It
noticed all the
lingers.
tequilas named after blue are actually pretty good. I've not had a tequila named after blue that was bad.
Blue's Clues tequila.
Yes.
Surprised that's not a thing. Maybe it is. So yeah, it's Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
I guess we want to just give you a little information about that. First of all, it's not Mexican Independence Day. That's September 16th.
And it's really to celebrate the Battle of Puebla.
Which is ironically more of just like the French being like, hey, you owe us money.
Yeah.
And the Mexicans are like, no.
And then
they're
they
like,
came to break their legs, and then
we broke theirs. And then we lost the rest of our legs. So.
yeah, and then they lost the rest of their legs.
That's what we celebrate here. I don't really understand why, but
Well, I literally explained it to you, but you must have stopped listening.
oh yeah, no, I do that a lot with you.
So apparently, it's celebrated in the United States more so than in Mexico, because all of the settlements that were along the coast of California got integrated into the United States, and all of those settlements already celebrated Cinco de Mayo, and then from there kind of grew into a United States holiday because United States is mostly Mexico.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, because Corona wants to sell beer. That's legit. So, before we get started, actually, I do want to...
Modelo,
Do,
Pacifico, and not just Corona. It's fucking
Pacifico came in late, so that's okay.
I don't like Pacifico that much, but
I like Pacifico. So, real quick before
no, I
we
don't
get
like
started...
Modelo. Never mind.
I
Doesn't
like
matter.
them all. It's fine.
You would.
Yeah.
Who's racist now? Oh, wait.
First and foremost, we want to give a sincere apologies for our last podcast. We offended some people
Yeah,
with our talk about...
I
the
legitimately just got back from Kansas City this weekend, and we fucked up, dude.
No, we didn't.
We did. We were definitely way off base.
No, I still think Texas barbecue's better, but...
We were way off base.
Tommy, I'm sorry. I got a really upset call from him, and it made me laugh. And also, I'm like, oh,
I'm not sorry.
get over it.
But KC barbecue was really good.
Get over it. It's a podcast.
I will say Kansas City barbecue was really good.
Barbecue.
I have no regrets.
Barbecue. Fun fact, that's actually a shout that they do at Sporting Kansas City games for soccer. That's kind of cool.
Fun fact, here's round number 1.
Hey.
Round 1.
All right. First subject of the Cinco de Mayo podcast
What do we got there, G?
is odd smells you enjoy.
Odd smells you enjoy.
Odd smells you enjoy.
That's like, I don't know. I haven't been able to smell in a month, so I can't really fathom this
You
one.
enjoy all the smells?
Yeah, I enjoy every smell that's coming back to me right now.
Every smell you take. Beep, 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 beep.
Wow, that was such a bad parody.
I'm
But
not
it's
sure.
all right.
I'm not sure if I was covering the P Diddy version or the Sting version.
It sounded like P Diddy version, and
Or-
the Sting version is the not a thing. It's the police.
Oh, whatever. Police. Yeah.
Wow.
Defund the Sting.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Do you have any odd smells that kind of come to mind? I mean, there's like the basic ones, right?
Well,
like,
okay. So this doesn't seem like an odd smell, but a lot of people hate this smell. Is cooking beans.
cooking beans.
Yeah, like when you make pinto beans in the crock pot.
That's not a bad smell. That's a heavenly smell.
It smells like farts to a lot of people.
Well, they're not Mexican.
It doesn't smell that good, but I absolutely love that smell. Like anytime I was cooking beans, well, not me personally, but my parents were cooking beans, and I had friends over and they're like, "Oh, dude, your house smells like shit." I'm like, "Nah, dude, it smells like beans."
It smells like heaven.
It's like, "Oh, no wonder they make you fart. That's what they smell like." I'm like, "Ha, get out of here, Kevin."
Kevin. You had a friend named Kevin?
Yeah, dude. Didn't you have a friend named Kevin?
No.
Who's racist now?
No. I had a friend named Keith.
Oh, okay, close enough.
It's better, I feel like.
I'm pretty sure Keith's middle name probably was Kevin.
Keith Kevin Schnauzinger.
What the fuck? Anyway, this podcast is great so far.
We're doing great. I think for mine, obviously, gasoline's always a good smell. Not that I want to like smell it all the time, but when I'm pumping gas, I'm like, oh yeah, this smells good.
Probably because it gets you high.
I mean, I've
it
never
does get you high.
like taken like a whiff. It's just been like, oh okay.
I mean, I guess Greeley is like kind of in that too. Like all the.
Yo, there is. Oh my god, there's.
I guess I don't really enjoy it, but like it doesn't bother me.
that
I
cow,
guess.
the cow smell or the
Yeah.
gas smell.
Both.
I will say there's sometimes where like you smell like that like burnt cow or whatever they're doing, and you're like that oddly smells good. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it smells good, but I wouldn't say it smells bad.
Yeah, and you can just tell that we're from Greeley, obviously. 'cause
Yeah,
of this.
definitely. I think it's funny though. Like everybody shits on Greeley for like, oh, you guys smell like cow. Have you ever driven past the Purina plant in Denver?
Oh,
That
dude,
smells
Purina plant is the
way
worst.
worse than Greeley. So it's like, oh, you guys making fun of us? Like, come on, dude. Denver smells like homeless people and shit. I don't know what to tell you.
You know what smell I actually like that they actually try to make you not like it was rubber cement.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
they added that thing to be like, oh, you're not gonna like the smell. It's like I actually like the smell.
Dude, same thing with like propane too. Like when I see like smell propane, I'm like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be like, oh, you're not supposed to like this smell, but I'm like,
No, when you smell it,
propane.
you're just saw. Bah, 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 bah. That's
Yeah.
our impression of Painkiller, which we're not going to go into depth, but we've played video games before and made.
we do that joke way too often. Like personally, yeah.
Yes.
right.
What else is there? There's a lot of odd smells out there that just feed the nostrils.
Yeah. And like I said, man, I have a minimal smell. So any smell that I'm smelling right now, I'm just like, I am happy I can just smell.
You know what? You know what's a good smell is like a restaurant.
I don't know about that, dude.
Like sometimes like a restaurant has a good smell, but it's like kind of concerning as to why you're enjoying that.
Yeah, I can tell you a smell that I absolutely hated that like other people around me. So I used to work at a sandwich shop, and for being a sandwich place,
Eat
like
fresh.
that, it was not that sandwich place.
Anyways,
Ugh.
sorry.
Anyway, so like it was probably one of the worst restaurant smells I've ever had was from that place.
Eat fresh.
And when I got home, like my daughter would smell me and was like, "Oh, you smell like sandwiches. I like it." I'm like, "You're fucking weird. This smells like shit."
I mean, you can't you can't really like your own smell, right? Like it's, I don't know. That's a weird one. Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird question because
There's actually no. So you know what's one that I like but I hate at the same time is like cigarettes. And I think it's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
I think it just takes me back to like a time where I was just at the bars all the time. I don't smoke personally, like at least cigarettes, but
I had
like
to put that clarification in there.
yeah, it's just straight meth. Jesus.
That
No.
was your own joke.
No, yeah, no, it's just weed. But yeah, like I don't like when people smoke around me, but I like enjoy the smell of cigarettes, like as you're just walking by.
Yeah. So I guess I can kind of agree with that. Like I'm cool with like the fresh cigarette smell, like
Yeah.
as they're smoking the cigarette.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the lingering one, like when people come in from like outside smoking.
Or if
that's
you're-
a cigarette smell that I don't like.
Or if you're like going to like someone's house and yeah, come in, you're like, oh Jesus,
yeah,
dude, like
it's like the
if you can
stale like absorbed smoke.
If you can see the smoke over the years on the walls, like that is disgusting.
I guess, man. I don't give a shit. I don't judge anybody.
I do,
I know because you're pretentious.
and that's why we're friends.
Yeah, it's why you're a hipster.
Okay, first of all, I'm not a hipster. If anyone's a hipster, it's you. Look at you with that fucking beanie.
Look at you with that nonchalant outfit that you wear every day.
Yeah. That's not a hipster thing.
That's
Trust me.
definitely a hipster thing.
No, I'm not.
You're too cool to care, bro.
I'm not wearing skinny jeans. I don't have my hair's never like luscious.
You have such a hipster haircut, though.
Dude, I don't know what to do with my hair. I really
You
don't.
have more of a hipster haircut than I do.
Yeah, but you also have a man bun sometimes, so.
I technically have a man bun right now.
Yeah, exactly. So who's more of the hipster, you dick?
You have a more hipster haircut.
You know what? Now I know what our versus is going to be now. Who's more of a hipster, Chris or G?
It's G.
It's Chris.
Who's a singer-songwriter? G.
Damn it.
Who knows how to play ukulele? Neither of us.
I mean, I think we both do technically. Yeah, I know.
How did we devolve into ukulele from smells?
All right, odd smells, ukuleles, and
actually, you
and
know what
Subway.
smell I actually really enjoy? I don't know if it's even an odd smell.
Stain.
No, it's along those lines, yeah. But when you walk into like the acoustic room,
Oh, that's not.
and
that's,
it's just like that
not an
like
odd smell,
stain
though.
wood humidifier. Oh man, that's a good smell.
But it's not an odd smell. That's like
That is kind of an odd smell.
it's not an odd smell. No, you just like. I feel like I just walked into a forest and this is beautiful.
It doesn't feel like that. It feels like you walked into a guitar room.
Any car freshener smells that you don't like. Like I don't like new car smell.
New car smell is okay. I'm not against it, but I don't like go out of my way to try and keep it as long as possible.
The cherry one's pretty gross.
I don't know. I don't use car.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, good thing that's time.
So I will say gas, propane,
Rubber cement.
rubber cement.
Yeah.
Sharpies, not a big fan of Sharpies.
I'm not against Sharpies. They more like sting the nostrils and smell for me.
Sting the nostrils.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Alrighty.
Round two.
All right, before we get started, we just want to thank our sponsors, Tequila. Pay us. Cheers. Oh. All right, Chris.
You know what my favorite thing about Cinco de Mayo is? You know exactly when it is. Unlike one of those like stupid like last Thursday every month or whenever Easter happens to be.
April Fools. You know what's actually one fun fact? I actually have a nephew who was born on April 1st and another nephew who was born on May 5th.
Interesting. You want to know another fun fact?
You don't care.
Here's round two.
Yeah. Oh, we already did that.
We already did that.
Yeah, so here's round two. What is round two?
Round two is instruments that you would learn if you didn't play guitar or bass for me.
Or ukulele for us.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, what instrument would you want to learn?
I mean, I already play the best instrument, so it's hard to.
Okay, you definitely are a hipster. Definitely. Anyways.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I probably would pick like piano because I think that's the most musically diverse. But also, I think I would pick like saxophone.
Saxophone would be sick. I think when it comes to the piano, I think piano is definitely like a go-to for a lot of people, and there's a reason why. It's like the easiest way to learn theory. Because it's just like all there, you know what I mean? He's like, oh, this is.
I mean, technically, it's all there.
Yeah, but this is all in one line and not like.
That's all in one line too.
It's not, but.
If you can't see, I'm pointing to my bass off screen.
His 6-string bass, mind you. His
I have-
a 12-string, technically.
I have two basses over here,
So
so there's 12 strings of bass.
I would say piano for sure. I think piano. It definitely teaches you like most of the like mechanics to like play music, right? So you're using both hands. If you want to get into drums, you have to like work with the pedal. That kind of helps you with that.
And it's kind of funny, like to get into percussion in like middle school and stuff. They like say you have to have like a year of piano, and I think that's so funny. It's like, yeah, I get it, like using both hands, but like your rudiments on drums and stuff have no correlation to piano that I have found. And there's probably some music teachers that can be like, oh, well, here's the blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. But, like, you don't need piano. If you've never played drums before, piano isn't going to help you play the snare drum better when you're doing right, left, right, left, left, right, left.
I mean, so I've actually heard people...
That's a paradiddle, by the way.
I've heard people, actually musicians, say that they actually suggest that you learn drums before anything else just to figure out how to keep tempo.
I think that's... I like the idea behind that, but I think that's completely unnecessary.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind learning how to play the drums. Because, again, you're using every motion of your body, legitimately. Like...
You're not.
Maybe not your dick, but, you know.
Yeah. And, like...
But, like, hands and, you know...
But, I mean, it's all subdivisions, so it's not as complicated as people make it out to be.
What's a duplex then?
A duplex is 4 houses that are built in the same building.
Oh, okay. You said subdivision, so. Anyways, yeah, so I'd say piano and drums.
No, I
would
got
be
your joke.
mine.
I was just ruining it.
I wouldn't want to learn how to play bass because, I mean, it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, it's just better guitar, so.
Yeah, it's just sadder guitar. Mm-hmm. And that's neat.
Oh, hold on.
But, yeah, I mean, I would say that. Saxophone, I do agree with the saxophone. I just think it's such a sexy instrument.
Well, it's either like, because I know so many random band instruments in general, that's one that I don't know, and I wouldn't pick like
Weird
clarinet
flex, but okay.
I wouldn't pick flute.
The
So
flute?
it's, yeah. Maybe like a specific saxophone, I'd probably pick Barry sax. I think Barry sax is tight.
Barry sax
Maybe,
sounds like a
maybe
cool...
tenor, but I pick Barry
If
sax.
I ever have a kid, I'm naming him Barry Sax. Barry Sax Astorga. That doesn't have a good ring to
Yeah,
it.
that doesn't.
Barry Sax sounds cool, but then you put my really Spanish last name and it just ruins it.
Just take Heather's last name. Barry sax Barry.
Nope. Anyways.
Moving on.
What else is there?
There's a lot.
There is a lot
I
out
would
there.
probably also learn like an Eastern instrument, like a sitar or
I mean,
or
yeah.
something cool like that. Just not because of like the instrument itself, because it brings a whole new philosophy on music. Because it brings more microtonal equations into it.
It'd be cool as a marimba.
That's not that cool. It's literally like a piano.
Oh, it's like a xylophone, but
Yeah,
like
which is literally like a piano.
super like southern Mexico kind of like feel to it. Trumpet would be fun for me. I think trumpet would be really cool.
I could literally teach you trumpet.
No, I'm good.
See, look, I still know trumpet. That's a C scale.
Is that a C scale? Do it
Yeah.
again. It looks like you're just doing this.
Oh, you made me mess up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably talk because people in the video aren't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just fingering a C scale.
Again, so if you guys hear the silent pause, we're making motions, and please check out our YouTube page where we actually can see what we're doing in person. So.
And G's edits when he goes,
Pew pew.
have fun editing that
Yeah,
one.
that's gonna be a fun one. I mean, so yeah, like, and it sucks because you start thinking of instruments, and all you just think about immediately is like orchestral stuff, right? Like outside of like
Yeah.
the realm of like your typical band and things like that, you start thinking of like orchestra things, and
Yeah.
like violin would be cool, but
Yeah.
what use would that have for me? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I would say violin as long as you call it a fiddle. I think you'd be
Fiddles
good
are
at
cool.
fiddling.
I have a friend Eric who's an amazing fiddler. He's actually really fun.
Yeah. He uses the term friend loosely.
No, Eric's awesome. He's
Oh, I'm just saying he doesn't like you.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who does though, right? Oh, you fucking liar. So
But I don't know. There's just like, again, like not to weird flex, but there's just so many random instruments that I've learned to play over the years. Sorry, I was rubbing my face. That
dude,
probably sounded like shit.
I would totally want to play learn master the recorder.
Yeah, like Kyle Gass.
Yeah, good old
that'd be
Kyle
funny.
Gass. I mean,
See, I would learn like if I was to do like an instrument like that, I'd go like accordion because I think Weird Al shreds, or I'd do like harmonica or something
harmonica
random.
would be sick. But then I mean, so with the harmonica, that's mainly just kind of like the trumpet, right? It's a lot of like mouth movement.
Well, it's different than trumpet because it's a diatonic instrument, so it only plays like certain notes going one way,
Yeah.
and then you go the other way. It's different
plays,
notes.
yeah.
So you'll just have to learn like the scales on it. But other than that, like yeah,
Because I mean, with trumpet, you actually like have like different mouth movements that make a different like pitch.
yeah.
Right?
So basically, the looser your mouth is,
Yeah.
the lower you can play, and the tighter you go, the higher you
Isn't
can
that
play. But at the same time, there's like a range where it's like kind of more or less one mouth motion for a range of notes.
You know what's crazy is just to think that like, I mean,
I believe
just
it's called an amisher.
an amisher.
Yeah, when you your mouth shape when you play instruments. I don't know why I went to clarinet. For some
I used to
reason
play the clarinet in middle school.
that does not surprise me.
I kind of wish I would have kept with it. Honestly, that would have been kind of fun.
Just buy a shitty one and pick it up again.
Dude, I don't remember anything from it. That was
YouTube,
middle
dude.
school.
YouTube, man. Middle school was only what, like 20 years ago for you? That's not that long.
That's pretty long, dude. I've lived a longer. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah, you've lived longer outside of middle school than middle school was ago. Oh man,
But yeah, I would definitely go piano, drums. I like to learn the clarinet again, but
I can teach you drums. Too.
any random instruments, like just like random instruments, like the glockenspiel.
The glockenspiel is like literally like
I know, but
two little things you go.
the kazoo,
Yeah, the kazoo is just you humming. Nope, that's time.
cute, and that is time.
Yeah, there's a lot of instruments that aren't really instruments, but are instruments somehow.
But totally instruments.
Yeah,
That aren't
like
instruments.
what's the one? where it's like a piano, but you blow into it.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. That one's tight. That was like all made of plastic and super shitty, but it's so
I
fun
hate
looking.
that sound too.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's move
Or
on.
the thing that's like the head.
Let's
you go,
move on.
Wow, 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 wow.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Round 3.
All right.
So another shot of tequila?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
All right, Chris.
So another shot of
Third subject. Third subject for this wonderful Cinco de Mayo podcast. Cheers, you guys.
Oh, you didn't tell me we're cheersing. Now I look like a jackass. Cheers, fucker.
The subject is the Karen movement. Now,
You want to explain it for the people who may not know what or what is not a Karen?
oh man, Karen's. Okay. Well, before I say anything about that, I feel terrible for any good person named Karen. They're just put like in a shit bucket immediately.
Yeah, that's like Chads or Kyles that are shitty.
I mean, most cows are dicks, so that's fine.
I know a couple Kyles that don't suck. By a couple, I mean like
None.
1.5.
Maybe 5.
Yeah.
I don't really
I know
know.
like 4 Kyles. So I don't even know that many Kyles.
Yeah, I don't know. Chads are kind of dickish too. I'm literally just like judging people by their name, and that's ultimately
whole
why
point.
it sucks
Yeah, that's the whole
with
point.
Karen movement. So the Karen movement is pretty much what people are calling like psychotic white women.
I wouldn't say psychotic. I would go more entitled white women.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's kind of wild, man. And I think a lot of it, obviously, with social media, just gets so much more saturated. And it sucks that there is that many shitty people out there. But some of that shit's wild, man.
Dude, it's so wild.
Some of that, it's just like...
Especially now with the whole like mask or not a mask thing going on.
Oh, my God, dude.
There's so many like I saw one where some white lady was trying to order like coffee or a sandwich or something and just called like the cashier an N-word for no reason.
Dude,
I'm
she
just
has,
like, Jesus.
She has like 4 videos of her doing that, and I'm not sure if it's just
Really?
like no, I swear there's like legit like a bunch of
my
videos of her doing
God.
that, and I'm not sure if that's like she's trying to do like a joke or like have like a series or you know what I mean, like or if
She
she's
made
just
a
that
series
terrible.
of calling black people the N-word. Oh my
mean,
God, that's so shitty.
Well, that'd be shitty, right? But that's my thing is like, I mean, kind of sliding away from the subject and I'll bring it right back. It's
Yeah.
like you have a lot of people making videos that are not authentic, and it's just like,
So they're fake Karens? They're Farens?
dude, if there's enough of that, she's either
Yeah.
like a really awful, terrible person, or she's just a terrible person for making videos that are like
Her pretending
scripted.
to be a
Yeah.
terrible person. Yeah.
Which I think that might be worse.
I
they're both-
think that might be worse.
And they're both
I
really
agree.
bad for sure.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's crazy that's a thing, and it sucks that you're seeing that with everything going on, you know, like, and I'm not going to say it specifically just with the race. I think there's just Karens that are going to be that are going to Karen, right? Mm-hmm. But
Karen's gonna Karen for sure.
Karen be Karen, but it's wild, man. Some of these people, you're just like, why? Like, what do you win out of this? Like, what is your point of like
That's-
stopping whatever you're doing just to be like, hey,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
your dog peed on my lawn.
the entitlement that comes with it. And I think
100%.
that's really the main characteristic.
How do you
that's Karen-teristic.
Oh,
Got
TM.
Rights reserved.
See Chris for details. But no, I mean, so
Restrictions apply.
what do you think? How do you fix that if you can, right?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question, man. I have no idea how anybody could constructively help these people not be entitled douchebags.
I mean, and that just goes to show you like the way you're brought up and the idea of not knowing some person's struggle, right? So like her worst day might be that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
To be like, oh, like someone's like, this dog just peed on my yard, or this kid's playing like this kid threw the ball like over the fence and he's jumping over to get it. Like these little things that kind of like any other person, I guess not any other person, but like me and you would be like, oh, dude, yeah, just do it anytime like the ball comes over, just come knock on
and
the door.
also
it's fine, you know,
it's a snippet of that person's life, and you don't know the context of that, like what's happened to that person, like even that day, maybe that month, maybe that year, you know.
Yeah.
So there could be a lot of stuff building up to it. But even with that being said,
we've had some shit happen. We never, you know.
yeah, there's a lot of shit that's happened to me, and I've never like called a black person the N-word out of anger, like ever.
Or just like complain about something that's not worth complaining.
Yeah, exactly. Like I work in restaurants, so I'm more or less likely to complain about food in general.
Same.
But even like just people who go out like, oh, I didn't want rice. Like, yeah, but you ordered rice. Like I said, do you want rice? And you said yes, but now you don't want rice. So I don't know what to tell you.
So I guess that kind of brings me into this, like the idea or the subject of having people like that, because obviously it's not just women, you know, it's every it's every spectrum of that aspect.
It's Chad's too,
and Kyle's
Kyle's
and Chad, Kyle's, and Skylar's. I'm gonna put Skylar. No, there's no Skylar's in there. But anyways,
yeah.
And it's not even like Chad, Kyle's, or Karen's. You know, they're just shitty people they're
just shitty people in general
that have to make the attempt to just prove their point or show that they're right. And
I also think it's like a dominance thing.
I think it is too.
I think that happens too. It's like, I don't know if they're have no control over their life, so they try to control. I don't know why I'm trying to like analyze these people that I don't know.
Because it sucks. You hate to see it, man. You really do.
So they're just trying to control this one situation because they can't control anything else. So I don't know.
Or because in their entire, I mean, this is also us just judging the fuck out of people, which I'm sorry, but also like.
Also, the people we're judging are super shitty people.
and it might be like something that this is the first time they had something outside of their control. So you think about people who have like been in an outburst, especially with like the pandemic, when it comes to like the mask thing, right? Like that's what you've been seeing a lot, especially like on Reddit, on threads like public freakout or things like that. And it's just like, it's my American right to do this, and that. I'm just like, listen, lady, I get that, and I wholeheartedly can agree with you sometimes with the mask thing. Like, however you feel, it's cool. But why are you berating this 16-year-old fucking like, you know, like
barista?
Yeah, barista was just like, yo, doggy, like I'm just trying to like not.
Yeah, it's like this is what I'm told to do. I don't know why you're yelling at me.
Like,
I don't want to get fired, so I have to tell you to do this.
And it's just crazy that you're just like, lady, like. What do you win out of this? Like, what legitimately, like the more you're doing this, people, the less people are going to willing to help you. And the whole idea of like the customer's right has to be like taken out of that situation, because like service workers have to deal with such shitty people.
Dude, service and retail workers are some of the emotionally battle hardened people I've ever met. It takes so much to like hurt those people's feelings.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's just like, what do you win out of that? Like, I don't know. I think we should definitely rename it to something that's not the Karen movement, because I do like, I know some Karens that are super sweet people.
I know absolutely zero Karens, I think.
You know, so. And so you're just kind of
and
like,
if you're a Karen and I know you, I forgot your name apparently.
Or you're probably a terrible Karen.
Or you're
or you are a Karen. Yeah. But yeah, I just hope it kind of goes away. But yeah, it's just crazy to be like, you're legit like yelling at me because my kid is like drawing chalk on your sidewalk. That's not even your sidewalk. It's just on like.
Dude, that's fun. That's kind of funny. My parents used to have a neighbor. I forget his name. It was like Rick or some shit. I don't remember. Or Dale.
Chad.
I don't remember. Yeah, it was Chad or Chadwick Kyle. I don't know. I lost the joke.
Man.
Anyway, but like we were having like a little block party kind of thing, and he's just a crotchety. That's time. And I'm gonna finish my story. But he's a crotchety old man anyway, and they were literally sitting on the sidewalk in front of his house. And my daughter leaned back like this to put her hands down, and her finger crossed his little driveway, like, you know how like they have the slabs? Yeah, crossed the little like line in the driveway like this much. He's like, he literally like was looking out the window waiting for this moment, opened the door and was like, get off my property. And we're like, we're not on your fucking property. He's like, look at her hand. I'm just like, Jesus, dude.
Get out of here, man. Like, go get a job. Go get laid.
Yeah, we told him.
You remember?
We told him if he didn't like it, he can go and get, and he moved.
This is gonna sound terrible. But you remember that security chick that used to work at Central? Mm-hmm. And she was like always grumpy. Mm-hmm. I have always thought, I'm like, if she just got laid, how much would that change? And that's such a terrible thing to say. But also, you're just like, dude, you're being a fucking shitty person for no reason.
But also, as I gotten older and I have a little more perspective. Totally high schoolers fucking suck.
Yeah, we're pretty terrible.
My daughter's in high school. They fucking suck.
Yeah, your daughter's the worst. Morgan, you're the worst.
The worst. She doesn't listen to these anymore.
Oh, yeah, you're the worst.
The worst.
All right, let's get moving.
All right, let's move on.
Grooving.
Round 4.
All right, Chris, after you're done with that Red Bull, what's the next subject? Gross. That was so much asthma. I didn't like it.
All right. The next subject is superhero sitcoms.
What does that mean?
I'm assuming like any superhero TV shows. I wouldn't necessarily say sitcoms necessarily, but
superhero
TV shows.
I think this was Armando's thing, so shout out to Armando. I hope you're listening to this.
He's not.
Probably not. Prove us wrong. So I guess we can kind of start off with what's already transpired. We're going to try our best not to spoil anything, but also if you haven't
I'm not going to try that hard.
If you haven't seen WandaVision yet and we say something, then you're kind of behind anyways. But Kirk, sorry, I feel like you don't watch MCU, and if you do, please tell me. That way we can make it.
Yeah, talk about it with you.
Yeah, because that'd be awesome.
I guess.
I would love to talk to Kirk about superhero movies, but I just don't know if he watches them.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't. Superhero sitcoms is I mean, okay, so WandaVision. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they had enough episodes. That was my biggest critique about.
I think they had too many.
About whatever Black Falcon and the Winter Solstice or whatever.
I think they had too many.
I definitely don't think they had too many.
No, I definitely think they had too many because there's some parts that just dragged. I'm just like, you could just condense this into like 4 like awesome episodes, and it would have been cool. But
I don't know
I watched the pitch meeting about it. It came out yesterday. Did you see it?
Maybe.
Wow. And they're just like, why wouldn't you just categorize her as a terrorist? Because like, she's not. It's like, well, like she's killed people and like was trying to kill like a bunch of people in this.
Oh
like,
yeah, I did see it.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I think okay. So the problem with the Captain Solstice is that 1, I don't think they had enough episodes to let the story breathe, and 2, I think they had to literally rewrite the entire subplot of that because
Chadwick.
No. Because they had a whole virus subplot that there was a huge virus that was taking over the world. So they rewrote all of that because of the coronavirus.
Oh.
Yeah, so basically in the first...
Yeah, because that didn't really make... Like, their movement did not make sense.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. So basically there was this huge outbreak that happened because all the people who got snapped back, or whatever it's called, I forgot what they call it.
Yeah.
The blip was the other one.
No,
It was
the
a blip
blip,
when they
yeah.
come back? Yeah. So yeah, when the blip happened, everything just became overcrowded again, and a bunch of people started getting sick, and this virus just started spreading through everybody because it was overpopulated. So basically, because they got like pushed aside and all these people were sick. This is all theory, by the way. But there's a lot of evidence to back it up. But so like
evidence.
There is.
This is like a real thing.
Yeah. So like in the first episode where they first encounter Carly, what's that?
I think her name. I don't remember.
Yeah. That's how much I cared about this show. But they were stealing vaccines.
That's what they were stealing because it didn't make sense. It did not make sense.
Yeah, so they were stealing
whatsoever.
vaccines to go take back, but then like it was just never brought up again. Like, why are they stealing vaccines? Sorry, there's a truck.
Yeah, I was like,
there's a truck.
Did you turn off your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's super weird. Also, I think it's funny how like the whole like thing of like the Winter Soldiers for him not to be the Winter Soldier anymore,
And
but then
then-
at the end credits they still put the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
But yeah, no, I mean I don't know. It's hard to take MCU like TV series as like that serious, but what it is doing for me, in the sense, is like just making me just enjoy it instead of like over analyzing it, which I kind of enjoy because like there's some really cool fight scenes in the series.
Yeah,
I would give it that.
I would
like,
say like this has some top tier action sequences in it, like for real.
like
for
way
real.
better than a lot of like MCU movies.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
anything before Ultron.
Avengers.
Yeah, before Ultron.
Yeah. Now is there okay? So I mean, talking about sitcoms, let's say like a comedy sitcom. What's like 2 heroes you would like to see maybe that happening with?
Like in the MCU or just in
in general. Like imagine like
I would like to see like a
Alfred and Batman.
yeah, I was like to see a buddy cop with like Alfred and Batman, and like not even from Batman's perspective, but from
Alfred's.
Alfred's. Like, what the fuck does he do all day?
Yeah, just make a sitcom about Alfred when he's like just at home, just like cleaning and just like
cleaning and like getting the blood stains out of his bat mask.
Also, how crazy is it that he's so loyal to like Master Wayne, like as a like, and he's a butler.
Master Bruce, bro.
Master Wayne.
That was yeah, you're right. I don't care. DC sucks.
But yeah, isn't it crazy how he's just like a character? And it's just like, how loyal are you to that? Like, I mean, I guess some people enjoy being a butler, so that's cool. But
yeah, it's literally like people go to butler school. I'm pretty sure,
I couldn't.
and like train as a career to be a butler.
The Flash would be kind of cool one to see, like a TV sitcom.
Oh,
I guess
so like the Flash on CW.
So is that considered a sitcom or is it just a series? Because what is a sitcom?
It's a sitcom. Literally stands for situational comedy.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess the Flash would be a good one to see. Who else is there? I was gonna see the Hulk, but that's not really funny.
I really wanted to see the Hulk. During the events of Thor Ragnarok, I would have liked to see the Hulk a little bit more, Planet Hulky.
Yeah.
Because the whole storyline of Planet Hulk is really good, and I think stupid screen. Why is it doing that?
A Deadpool TV sitcom would be sick.
Yeah. But the whole Planet Hulk storyline is really good, and that's
really good.
and that's a redemption. That's kind of the redemption.
Arc.
Yeah. God, what's his name? The Hulk.
Korg.
No. The actual
Bruce
Banner. God, I'm fucking stupid. That's the whole redemption Bruce Banner was looking for because he left the MCU in general to go be alone because the Hulk is too dangerous. And then on Planet Hulk, Hulk proves that he can control himself. Was the whole idea of Planet Hulk, because it starts off by him getting banished by the Avengers because he's too powerful, whatever.
But then he comes back and then he like destroys it, doesn't he? Like in the comic.
No,
he comes back. And
I think he stays on the planet for a long time.
He comes back and he gets pissed off that they sent him in the first place. So then he starts like taking over like the world or whatever.
I think that's a arc, but I don't think that's the main plot of it.
No, but
I think that's a separate timeline.
It's like the World War Hulk.
Yeah, something like that. But I would like to see a TV show about kind of his time on the planet before Thor showed up.
I think Deadpool would be kind of cool to see as a TV sitcom.
I think it actually is becoming a TV show, cartoon, and Ryan Reynolds is voicing it.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's also that TV show that just came out, Invincible or something. It's on Amazon Prime, maybe?
Oh, I think it's on Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu.
I heard Modek or whatever.
Yeah, I heard that one's really good, and it's like super graphic, like some like The Boys kind of graphic, but it's animated and it looks really good. But I don't have that.
Well, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. Like, I mean, there has
The Boys is apparently really good.
The Boys is amazing. Oh my god, you want to talk about a good like superhero sitcom? It's so real.
Yeah,
you're just like the opening scene. It's like this guy's trying to kiss his girlfriend, and then like he like closes his eyes, and next thing you know, you see blood splatter all over him, and like just blood there. And it's like the guy who plays like what would be like the Flash in this era. Mm-hmm. He just like runs through her on accident and just like demolishes her. It's gruesome, but it's super good. I think you'd enjoy it. So
well, that's time.
That is time.
Yeah, I just don't have that many streaming services. I'll probably get them, but
if you guys have any
streaming services, you want to give me your password. I'm just kidding.
Credit cards, things like that. Just let us know. No, but if there's any superhero sitcoms that you guys want to watch, please let us know. We'll mention it in the next podcast to see if you're right or wrong.
Probably right, because if it's opposite of G's opinion, then it's definitely right.
I agree with you on everything, so therefore
we're both wrong now. I guess I'm willing to take one for the team,
but it has to be me first.
Yeah,
Dick.
I'll take one for the team.
On to the last one, asshole.
Final round.
All right, you guys. Thank you guys again for joining us for this podcast on Cinco de Mayo. We hope you guys are having a good one. And if you're not celebrating Wednesday or listening to this on another time, whether it be the weekend,
happy Cinco Day,
months,
not Cinco.
Oh, Cinco de Drinko is the most annoying thing in the world. Just to say it, it just hurt me just to say that. Anyways,
people say that still?
Yeah.
Oh no.
The last subject for today is movies or TV shows that aged poorly due to social and political changes and views.
Oh man,
I'm gonna throw this one out right out the bat. The Office.
Really?
Oh my god, dude.
Hey, I don't watch The Office, so I can't chime in on that one. But
that is like just a Me Too wave of just.
Really?
Yeah, like it would not survive. Like,
that makes me happy.
You enjoy
Fuck
it for
The
sure,
Office.
but it's like when you start like watching it now, you're just kind of like, that's funny, but also like, oh, quit that thing, you know?
I brought this up quite a bit, but like, first season Chappelle Show is super cringe. It sucks.
He legit goes around like ranking New York boobs.
Yeah, it's not even the most cringe one. It's
no, for sure.
Yeah, it's just there's so many cringe episodes on there.
You know which has aged poorly, but it's still out there is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But that's because of, like they push for that.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be that.
I mean, I guess I don't know. But what's the line at that point? Like what's the line of being like?
See, like we kind of talked about this with stand-up comedians, but the line varies. If it's funny, then you haven't crossed the line.
It's like Tropic Thunder was.
If it's bad, then it's not funny.
Like Tropic Thunder was making fun of itself, but also doing the whole blackface thing for the sake of being like, this is kind of like how far some people in Hollywood go for this, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like,
if it's done well, then it's really hard to cross a line. But if it's not done well, then that line is very easy to cross.
So the one that always comes to mind when I think of this is Rush Hour 1 and Rush Hour 2.
Yeah.
Like Chris Tucker just does like the most like Asian slang.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like when he's like just act like a tourist. He's like, I am a tourist fool, and like he almost gets run over. He's like, slow down, Chin. I'm just like, oh fuck, like Jesus, dude. Like I still love that movie. Don't get me wrong, but it's like,
well, I think any movie with Jackie Chan starring like another character, regardless of race, is always like, like Shanghai Noon.
Dude, I love that movie.
Yeah, like that one's like, what's your name? Sean Wynn.
He's a John Wayne.
John Wayne's a terrible cowboy. Like that's
John Wayne.
It's kind of fucked up.
Terrible cowboy name, which is, I mean, it's fucked up, but it's also, I think it's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah, isn't John Wayne canceled now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever.
For saying some very misogynistic.
and racist things
Thank you. In the fucking 50s.
when everyone was saying it. I mean, I guess, and that's the, I think that's ultimately like the reason why I put this in the hat is like, how do you enjoy something that was made years ago and in a different climate and environment? Not to say that it was right, but it was like
It wasn't wrong.
It wasn't wrong at that time, right?
Yeah.
So like Blazing Saddles, one of my favorite movies of all time. And I'll still watch it.
It's a favorite, but it's all right.
I love that movie so much, right? And it's the most racially charged movie.
It would have been better with Richard Pryor, but it's whatever.
Oh yeah, because he was supposed to do it, but I forget his name, but I loved him as an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's crazy that the climate.
Space Jam aged poorly. Not because of any political or social things, but because it's just a shitty movie.
Because they made furries.
Yeah.
That's the reason why furries exist.
The whole like, oh, the new Space Jam, oh, the bunny's not sexy. She wasn't sexy in the first place, dude.
Also, like, it's a fucking cartoon, dude. Like, chill out.
She wasn't sexy in the cartoon,
Gross.
man. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, like, or any Looney Tunes for that matter. Like Pepe Le Pew, the fact that he's canceled, like.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad. I'm not glad. I'm glad. Definitely glad. I'm surprised it took that long though.
Dude, but the thing is, he wasn't canceled. His scene just got cut for time. It wasn't even like they cut it for the context. They just cut it because it didn't fit in the film.
Yeah, but I mean,
and they're like, oh, you fucking canceled Pepe Le Pew. I love like nobody loved Pepe Le Pew. Let's just fucking put this on the table. Nobody loved Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, no one's like, what's your favorite Looney Tune? You're like, oh, the guy that's really rapey.
Yeah. Dude, fucking Dave Chappelle had a joke in 2004 about how shitty Pepe Le Pew was.
Right.
It's like, it doesn't fucking matter, dude.
Is there
Pepe Le Pew sucks.
Any movies like that come to mind that were terrible like 5 or 6 years ago? The Hangover.
Yeah.
The Hangover is a great movie and it still is, but there's some parts of it where you're just kind of like, oh, did you just say the F word? Like, whew.
Yeah.
And it's like even like with hip hop, like you like listen to like 90s hip hop.
Yeah,
and
it's so like, yeah, it's like
not that it's gotten better,
it's
but
not like homophobic, but it's like really close.
Yeah, like what's that?
It's very close.
You're like, I want me to tone it down, suck my fucking dick, you know.
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh god.
Yeah.
I mean, they try to cancel Eminem, and everyone, like all millennials were just kind of like,
well, they can't. They try to cancel Eminem for a stupid song that shouldn't have been canceled because like his other songs are way worse.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else that's been out there. The Longest Yard, making kind of fun of trans people. I guess that would never really work out anymore.
Oh yeah, because it has that whole like cheerleaders that were like the gay people in prison, basically. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's crazy to think that this was all within like 10 years ago, and you're just kind of like, I mean, which is good. I mean, I think the change is good, but also
I don't necessarily say it's good or bad. It just is what it is.
Yeah, and I think
turn that down too much.
I think it's hard for people to like, I don't know, like to just enjoy it from what that art is. It's kind of having that conversation with like, should you still listen to Michael Jackson or should you still listen to R. Kelly or all these people?
And I don't know. I have a viewpoint of like, if it came out like right now, have your qualms with it, no fucking problem. But going back in someone's timeline 20 years and be like, oh well, James Gunn said the N-word once, and it's like, who the fuck cares, man?
So what's her name? Paula Deen.
Paula Deen said it all the time. Let's be for real. Paula Deen's Southern as fuck. There's no chance she only said it once.
Fresh Prince. That one aged kind of poor. I mean, it's still wholesome, but it's still, and that's the crazy thing is like you watch these movies and you watch these TV shows, and you start looking at like what they're talking about and the change that they're wanting to make, and then there's like these like 2 or 3 snippets. You're just like, oh yeah, that would never fly. Like this guy, like for example, like Fresh Prince. You know, like they try to push so much about like the agenda of like being a black man in Philadelphia and like kind of coming into like, you know, Bel Air and seeing a whole different world, right? And it's like it's trying to be like a really positive thing, but they have like these like gay jokes, and you're just like, oh
yeah,
shit.
I think that's a weird, because there's so many like classic like comedies like that, like Eddie Murphy,
Delirious.
Yeah, like the whole thing is objectively funny, but like there's so much shit in there. You're
like
just
Don
like,
Rickles?
what the fuck?
Yeah. Anything Don Rickles has ever said, you're just like, Jesus.
Oh my god, I don't know. Yeah, that's so...
Or like Toy Story 2. Oh my god, I forgot about that. It's like when in the blooper reels, when they turn like the guy, the pickaxe guy, he's like in his box still. He's like mint condition. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nah, I have no idea.
They turn him around like on the blooper reels, and he's talking to 2 Barbie chicks who like are twins, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are twins? Like, yeah, maybe you guys can come over afterwards." And mirror, and like it's super creepy, but it's like super hilarious back in the day. I remember watching like, oh, that's really funny.
Dude, I never understood that concept where like dudes like super creepy on twins. It's like, why would I wouldn't do
disgusting.
Yeah, it's like, why would sisters do anything together? It's fucking weird. You guys
weird.
are fucking weird. All you fuckers are fucking weird.
Especially Coors Light. I love
Oh yeah.
And twins. You're just
Yeah.
like,
Was that
Jesus.
Coors Light?
That was Coors Light.
Yeah. Just something about football. And anyway, that was time. We
Football
didn't
and
follow it.
twins?
Yeah. Football and twins. is
And
all I remember.
Minnesota.
I don't remember.
Apparently they like their twins because, that's the name of their baseball team.
Oh, that's the joke you were going for.
What was that stupid joke you said earlier?
Oh, this one's just for you guys. What do you call a joke that's not funny? A sentence.
That's a terrible sentence. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us.
I left time in there so you can add the badoomch in the background.
I'm not going to because it's a terrible, terrible joke.
Badoomch. Did it.
Thank you guys again for tuning in today,
This afternoon,
morning.
this evening, this morning. These posts in the morning, right?
These midnight hours.
Yeah.
We hope
Burning
you guys
that midnight oil at 9 a.m.
We hope you guys had a good Cinco de Mayo, whether it be today, Wednesday, or Friday, or Saturday.
Technically, wouldn't it not be Cinco de Mayo on Friday? It would be Nueve de... No.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, siete?
Yeah.
Why did I say that so, not Mexican?
Yeah.
Siete?
Siete de Mayo.
Ew.
Anyway, if you guys are checking this out on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe.
Lib, laugh, lub. And if you guys are on Spotify, on Apple, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Apple Podcast, or Buzzsprout, make sure you guys give us a follow, rate us, or like the podcast. It does help us out with finding sponsors that's not tequila.
Or is tequila.
Whatever it is,
Whatever.
we just want it.
Also, just for a fun little experiment, definitely leave us a like on our Facebook page and let us know what platform you listen to on. I think that'll be interesting
That
to
would be
get
awesome.
all those notes together.
For sure. And also, you guys, we're going to start posting a little bit more on social media. So make sure you guys interact with us, whether it be voting on our thoughts and opinions, or we have a thought, we're just going to post it on there. Excuse me.
Tequila.
It's going to be there for your liking. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Have a good night.
Or day.
Or evening.
These post in the morning, so probably morning.
Or midnight.
That was dumb. Okay, bye.
Bye.
I don't know why
Nice.
we ended like that. We'll probably never do that again.
What are we doing?
Go home and punch yourselves in the dick until we try.
Bye.